Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough, the home energy specialist and Kearsarge Heating Oils. Kasasa, free checking that pays. Now available at Claremont Savings Bank. And La Valley Building Supplies, for home improvement and construction from concept to completion.
Welcome back. Second half ready to get underway here on the YCN Game of the Week in Hanover, New Hampshire, where the Hanover Marauders lead the Lebanon Raiders 20-0. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here on the call. And Andrew, as we talked about closing out that first half, it's been really all Hanover. Lebanon's kind of holding on, but it's slipping away here, and they've got to come up with a big defensive possession.
Ooh.
Fielded but muffed at the 20-yard line. Hanover will fall on it and take over on their own 23-yard line. That could have been a big break for Lebanon, but nonetheless, they'll have to earn it the hard way and come out and get a defensive stop.
Yeah, and as you're just saying, Hanover looking good tonight, both on offense, defense, and special teams, even though they did almost just cough up the ball there, but limiting the Raiders to 0 points in the first half while scoring 20. They've looked solid all around. Let's see if they can keep it up and possibly shut out Lebanon. That would be huge.
3 rushing touchdowns for the Marauders, 2 by Alex Mosenthal, a 3-yard run and a 14-yard run. And then a 5-yard run by Reed Winter, a 4-yard run, excuse me. Handoff goes to Putnam, I believe that is. He'll break a few tackles, trips up, and falls forward for an 8-yard gain.
The YCN Game of the Week and Saturday YCN Live College Game Day is brought to you by HR Clough, the home energy specialist, and La Valley Building Supply. Thank them for making this coverage possible.
So 2nd down and 3 for the Marauders. Stafford under center with Mosenthal behind him. He gives to Mosenthal, who goes right up the gut. And an easy first down. That defensive line for the Raiders has really been non-existent up the middle tonight.
Yeah, they've had a tough time shutting down the running game from Hanover. I don't know what they talked about at halftime, but it had to be something about that, and Hanover easily getting the first down there. Lebanon really needs to step up if they want a chance to come back in this one.
So 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line of Hanover. Man goes in motion, pitches back to Mosenthal, and he's wrapped up immediately in the backfield by the Raider defender.
And that was Matthew Islander there. That was a good stop for Lebanon, maybe a loss of a yard. And Hanover player slow to get up, and I believe that's Avery Monahan.
So one of very few negative plays so far in the game for the Marauders. They lose a yard there. That'll bring up 2nd and 11. Clock moving. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Just underway. Hanover with the first possession of the second half, trying to add to that lead. They scored 3 touchdowns in the first half. But a good defensive stop by Lebanon on first down. That'll bring up 2nd and 11. And a little movement on the line. I believe that was number 55 on the false start. Of course, in high school, they don't call out the numbers, but you could tell, and he's pointing to himself, it was my fault. So 2nd down and about 16 now.
Yeah, and that's the big man, Skylar Cyrus right there. He's listed at 330 pounds. And he knew that was on him, as you said. He was pointing to himself. So taking responsibility for that one. They come back out now and line up. 2nd down.
2nd and 16. Stafford under center. Winter and Mosenthal in the backfield. Stafford drops back. He's got Reed Winter out of the backfield, catches it, drops it, but the refs don't blow the whistle. I'm not sure what happened there. They are going to say it was a catch. And then he fumbled it, picked it back up, and he gains just about 7 yards maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jeremy. I mean, that's the only call I can imagine. It seemed as if it was an incomplete pass, but I guess he maintained possession, dropped it, picked it back up, gained a few yards.
They are going to say it was incomplete now. Refs getting together and calling incomplete. Coach Childs on the sideline screaming at the refs, asking them what the call was on that one. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 16 now. Hanover has to get to the 47-yard line for the first down, and this would be a big stop out of the locker rooms for the Raider defense. Stafford under center, 2 backs behind him. He'll fake to the first man and give to Mosenthal, who goes off tackle, cuts back in the middle, and gets just about 10 yards, 10, 11, 12 yards, see where they spot it, but not quite enough for the first down, but enough to make it 4th and manageable if they decide to go for it.
Yeah, nice run there by Hanover, but Lebanon making the tackle, came up short about 4 yards, and they're forced to punt. Let's see if Lebanon can get the ball back to finally put some points on the board.
Yeah, nice defensive stop by Lebanon, and it looks like it will be Milliken back to receive the punt. Just gets it away. It'll take a quick bounce and then head out of bounds at the 19-yard line, where Lebanon will take over when we come back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover, where the Marauders lead the Raiders 20-0. First down and 10 at their own 19 with the Raiders, their first possession of the second half after a nice defensive stop. Direct snap goes to Milliken. He'll run off the right side, gains a few yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, local sports fans, the new YCN Sports Talk, co-hosted by Jeremy Stout and Dave Collins, is every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And 94.5 ESPN Radio's Franklin and House Sports Talk show is on YCN every weekday evening at 6 p.m. YCN, your local view.
So a nice first down run, direct snap to Milliken, gains about 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 5. Raiders trying to build some momentum here in the second half. They hadn't had much in the first half. Another direct snap goes to Milliken. He finds some space on the outside, cuts back in the middle, and he'll move the chains for a first down.
Nice run there by Milliken. We haven't seen too many tonight. The Raiders getting the first down, getting some momentum going. Let's see if they can continue to drive.
And that's what we talked about in the beginning of this half, where Lebanon really not getting outplayed completely, but it seemed like it could be slipping away. So they come up with a nice defensive stop, and now maybe able to move the ball a little bit and score some points. Once again goes to Milliken. He'll keep it, and he'll gain maybe a half yard, get back to the line of scrimmage. After the second quarter, where Hanover scored 3 touchdowns, including 2 in a 2-minute, 33-second span after a turnover by the Raiders on a muffed handoff. So 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Broughton in the backfield, or that is Perkins maybe in the backfield. Throws incomplete. That was Nate Perkins taking the direct snap. So it looks like, I'm not sure if the decision was made to take Broughton out or if he was hurt, but we've seen a couple direct snaps to Milliken, and there Perkins taking the snap.
Yeah, changing up the play calling. And as you said, we don't know if he's hurt or not, but changing things up a little bit, trying to keep the Marauders off guard.
Looks like he is back in now,
okay.
So Broughton will take the snap this time. He drops back and scrambles, trying to find a man. He has Perkins wide open at the 44.
Oh, yeah.
Nice catch. And Perkins fighting for some extra yardage. And he's able to fall across the 45 to the 46, and that'll be a first down for the Raiders.
Yeah, you're right, Jeremy. Perkins seemed to be open all day there, just standing, waiting for the ball, no one on him. Good job by Broughton finding him. Perkins holding on. First down, Lebanon.
So this Raider team trying to come to life here as we approach 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Down 20-0. That would be 3 touchdowns they'll need. Trying to move the ball here as Milliken takes another direct snap, cuts up the middle, back across the field, and he'll gain a nice, healthy bunch of yards for the Raiders. 8 yards. I think every ref just touched the ball after that play was over.
Yeah, they threw it around. They did. And Milliken, another good run there. Finally seeing the Raiders make some nice offensive plays. 2nd and 2. See if they can convert here and keep the ball moving.
Easily the best drive of the night for the Raiders. Mixing the play calling up, a couple direct snaps, a couple pass plays, a couple traditional runs, and they've had it all. Broughton fumbles a snap, but he picks it up. A couple defenders in the backfield, and that play was broken up from the get-go. After the fumbled snap, Broughton had no chance, and he loses yards. That'll bring up 3rd and a long 14 yards.
Yeah, good job by the Hanover defense there. Knocking Lebanon back, taking some momentum away from this drive. This is going to be tough to convert on this one.
Inside almost 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, you got to think this might be 4-down territory. You're in midfield, so you could pick it up. Perkins open, the throw is short, and it's caught underneath by Milliken. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown, Ryan Milliken.
Wow. Well, that's what Lebanon needed right there. And Milliken not running with the ball, but catching, running up the sideline. Very nice play by the Raiders. And now it is 20-6 Hanover. Lebanon finally putting some points on the board. Let's see if their team can keep rolling here. Maybe stop the Hanover offense on the next drive.
Looks like they're going to go for 2 here, so Broughton staying on the field, huddling the team up to go for 2 after a beautiful catch and run by who else? Ryan Milliken, 57-yard touchdown. Milliken goes in motion. Snap goes to Broughton. He rolls out, has Milliken in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. So the Lebanon Raiders score first here in the second half. They cut into the Hanover deficit. They now trail by 12, 20-8. They'll be kicking off to Hanover when we come back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover, where the Raiders have just gotten on the scoreboard for the first time. They trail 20-8 to the Marauders of Hanover, and they will be kicking off to Reed Winter, who will receive the kick, but it goes behind him and into the end zone for a touchback. Hanover will take over at the 20-yard line.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Q-Starch Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game, where we'll pick the top performer in tonight's matchup.
So the Lebanon Raiders coming out nicely on the defensive side of the ball in the second half, stopping Hanover for one of the few times tonight after the punt. Ball was taken over by the Raiders at their own 19-yard line, so an 81-yard drive capped off by the 57-yard catch and run from Broughton to Milliken. As the first down rush goes up the middle to Winter, he is tackled for a short gain.
Good job by the Lebanon defense there. Wrapping up Winter, only getting about 2 yards. And if this Lebanon defense can hold off Hanover here, get the ball back, that would be huge.
They struggled in the first half to stop this Hanover attack, both passing and rushing. So far, done well to stop them in the second half. This one is a pitch to Winter to the outside. He gets almost to the 30, just across, and that should be enough for a Hanover first down, and it will.
And Reed Winter again with a carry, takes a punishing shot at the end, but he gets a first down for the Marauders.
Clock moving here, just about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hanover leading 20-8. They're really in no hurry. Still a 2-possession game. As it goes here, it would need they would need 2 touchdowns to take the lead, or 2 touchdowns would tie it. Just 1 extra point would put them on top. Stafford under center, runs into his own man, and then bounces forward and ends up turning it what was a loss into an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a wacky play there. Stafford clearly making contact with his own player, but he was chugging forward, picked up about 9 yards, turned into a very nice run.
It seems like those are the kind of breaks that Hanover has been getting all night, where a play that was a broken play, nowhere to go, but Stafford is aware and makes something out of nothing, and that'll be about a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1. Hand off to Mosenthal, and he gets easily across the first down marker, and that'll bring up 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Marauders. And you can see that this Hanover team knows that they have the lead. There's no need to rush. Let the clock move. Stafford doesn't even get into the huddle. You know, right when the play's over, he takes some time, directs his men up to the line. 2.5 to go here in the 3rd. Stafford hands off to Reed Winter. Powers through, and he gets really low to the ground and just keeps those legs moving. And Lebanon really has had no answer so far tonight.
Yeah, and Winter, not a huge guy, but he is small and he's got strong legs, and yeah, he's been chugging forward, picking up extra yards after contact. Lebanon just has no answer for him.
So 2nd down and 3 here for Hanover as they drive towards the scoreboard, away from the student section. Stafford under center again. And penalty flag. False start on the Marauders. That'll back them up 5 yards.
And Marauders caught jumping.
And if Lebanon could take advantage of that penalty, stop him on this play, and then stop him on another big 3rd down, that would really change this game.
Yeah, that's a big time advantage as 2nd and 3 becomes 2nd and 8 for this Marauders team. And it looks like they're going to run the ball, as they've been doing all night. So if Lebanon can just wrap up the running back, they'd have a shot. And there they do wrap up Mosenthal. Not before he gets a couple yards, but it brings up about a 3rd and 4 yards. So 3rd and 4 here for the Marauders. And once again, it may be 4-down territory if they don't convert here. But either way, they take their time. The play is called from the sidelines and then run in. So slowly walking up to the line of scrimmage is Stafford. He gets under center inside a minute here. Pitch outside to Reed Winter. He cuts one to the outside and bounces back inside, and he gets an easy 1st down for the Marauders.
Yeah, that was a big conversion there by Hanover. Don't want to have 4th down in the middle of the field, and they might have gone for it, but still, that was a big play there by the Marauders, keeping the drive going, maintaining possession of the ball. And if they can score here, that would be very tough for the Raiders to come back.
Right, that would be huge to answer that Raider touchdown and go back up. Probably the final play of the 3rd quarter. Stafford pitching to Winter. He cuts back inside, cutting across the field, breaks 3.
Whoa.
1 man, 2 men. He's got 1 guy to beat, and he cannot beat the 1 guy on the outside. He's finally brought down by a defender, but not before a nice gain. That should close out the 3rd quarter.
Very nice run there by Winter, picking up 1st and more. And they are very close to that end zone. They're going to hopefully put this up.
In the 4th quarter, when we come back, that's the end of the 3rd. Hanover leading 20-8. They have the ball inside the red zone, driving for another touchdown. We'll step aside, take a timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.